Chris. I just dropped my notebook. But today we are going to be playing Amorous, and we are going to probably be continuing that date with Jax, because I really just want to get that done and over with. So let's call him. If you guys want to read this, you can. I cannot go through it all the time. I'm terrible at reading until we get to the date part. Okay, so now Kobe's in the room, so now I have to read it. So Dish, tell me, what did you two lovebirds do? We're not in love. I could feel my face heating up as Kobe continued to grin like a cheer cat? Cheer cat? Yes. I'd better tell him something or he'll never leave me alone. We saw a movie, The Eastwood. It was just down the street. Tickets for a matinee. We had some popcorn and enjoyed ourselves. That's it. Really, just a movie. No kisses in the darkened room, or maybe reaching for someone's some popcorn because you were rushing awfully hard. I'm not going to let you live vigorously through me, Kobe. Besides, don't you get enough dates yourself? But it's you. I haven't seen you go out and have fun like forever. I want to hear about it because I'm your bro. I like knowing you're happy. He gave me the puppy dog eyes, and oh, he's not even a puppy. Stop! No, he cannot. No, he cannot win you over. Come on, Timber. Kobe was always there for me, and then I wanted to hang out or just needed to talk. It wasn't fair to hold back. All right. We had coffee. We went to a movie, and we kissed. Ooh, nothing with tongue or anything, just a peck. So what's he like? You know, lots of people at the bar really like him. He's always so enthusiastic and flirty and so cute. I'd be jealous. Just saying, I'd be jealous. I'm already jealous. This is a video game and I'm jealous. He was different at the start, much quieter and more reserved. I wondered if I did something wrong at first. Now he's probably just like you and doesn't get out much. I mean, he's at the bar every night until 3. Not that I stay that late, of course. Of course, I was hoping I was just a first date jitters. I know I was feeling a little anxious. Still, do even afterwards. It was like I met a different person. Well, that just means you need to see him again, so you can get to know him better. You're going to see him again, right? Let him call me. So if I probably let him call me, he's gonna forget about it, and then he's gonna like feel real bad. But that's not how this game is. I don't think. But I don't want to tell him. Yeah, we set a day. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna tell him that. Yeah, we talked for a while after the movie. Yeah, I suggested dinner over at the place around the corner. I've been waiting to try it out for a while. Ooh, romantic candlelight dinner. Maybe some wine. He immediately broke down into giggles, and I felt my cheeks flush glowered at him until he stopped. Sorry, I'm just really happy for you. It's so cute, thinking about you two together. You're not helping me feel any less awkward about this, you know. Could we continue to barge me with questions about my first date until I managed to distract him with his own romantic life. As he went on and on about his conquests, I found myself half listening. Part of me kept thinking back to Jax, the kiss at the theater, and the at coffee shop. Chat at coffee shop. Before it. Yes. Hello. I wasn't paying attention. No, you weren't. You were a million miles away, likely with someone else. He was right, of course. It seems like Jax made a little made of an impression than I thought. Ugh. I put my own words into other things. It's so stupid. Still, it hasn't felt any good. Do well. dwell on it. I could compress my entire dating life into a single day. Let's just do something else. I needed to distract myself for a while. Or if we... Fortunately, COVID was only to distract me as a number of chores. Okay, yeah. It was nearly midnight when I grabbed my phone and started ringing. I'd forgotten to silence it before passing out and struggled to grab it from the nightstand. Blinking myself awake, I swept to answer and held the phone to my ear. Hello? I could barely hear anything on the other end for a moment, save of a roaring crowd and at least a dozen background conversations. It sounded like someone is trying to talk to me, but I could only hear snippets above the den. Finally, I heard some sounds of movement and a door opening. The background news grew muffled, and I could finally make out the voice. Can you hear me now? Jax, why are you calling me in the middle of the night? Is something wrong? There was a pause longer than really felt comfortable at first. I thought the connection had dropped, but I soon heard a recent sigh from the other end. Oh no, he's getting cold feet. Oh no. One of the bartenders got sick and I can't work for the rest of One of the bartenders got sick and can't work for the rest of the week. I didn't want to tell you this, but I didn't even get a chance to step away until now. I didn't get a real meal break until later. My heart sank a little. It was, aw. Yeah, my heart sank a little. Was this real, or was he just backing off again? I found myself getting a little angry at him until I realized he wouldn't be calling me in the middle of the night just to keep me at arm's length. I'm sorry, I really am. I was looking forward to it. It's been forever since I last had a nice sit-down meal. I usually have to make do with whatever. I can reheat the kitchen from last night. It's on the menu tonight. Tonight, a lovely box mac and cheese. Oh god. Aged for 3 weeks on the shelf. It's got a robust neon flavor with hints of cardboard and memories of being in college. That 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 literally sounds really good right now. I don't know why. We both chuckled at Jax's flower description for a moment before settling back into the awkward silence. Maybe I was thinking out loud, but when he said, "This isn't an excuse," it caught me off guard. It was a concern, but address it so directly. I sputtered into the phone, suggesting that I hadn't considered it. Still, he seemed to have pretty clear red on. He still seemed to really have a clear red on me. God damn, I suck at reading. I know I came off a little distant yesterday. I really had fun. I wanted to see what what was in store for our next date. Next date? He actually was considering that? My cheeks flushed a little as a grin spread across my lips. Oh my god. Spreading across the lips. So, are we actually dating? It isn't just casual muffin? Muffin? No? No casual muffins this time? Well, yeah. I don't split muffins with a I don't split muffins with a very cute person who walks in the door and takes me out for coffee. I'd never kept my girlish figure if that was the case. My sense of ease interrupted by the sounds of noise spilling into the background and someone shouting over at the den. I know, I'm finishing up now. Sorry, Timber, I gotta run. Okay. Boop, boop. He isn't picking up. Maybe he can hear my phone. Should I go to the club? No, I'm gonna leave a message. Fuck that. Hey, sorry, had to go. Busy night. I just stole a few seconds right here to get back to you. So, did you get my message? I was thinking that we could have lunch tomorrow. Not quite as good as a romantic date, but we could hang out and chat a bit more. I'd love to, but I'm here until 5, and then get back again at 2 the next day. Our missing person was an opening shift. If I don't remember, I assume you were actually avoiding me. Oh, why? Why would you say that, Timber? No. You worry too much. Why not drop by the club? I'm getting a break in a little while. It's not a dinner at a fancy restaurant, but I could try digging up another box of mac and cheese. I do like the neon flavor, but it's got a soup con of cheapness and depression and desperation that makes for a good work lunch. Oh, that's funny. I'd love to see you again, even if it's just for a half hour. I'm pretty sure they can keep the girls at bay for at least very long. He loved to see me again. I couldn't help but grin. Jax liked me at the least as much as I liked him, and maybe more. It's a date. Great. See you when you get here. Come up to the bar and ask me. I'll tear myself away from customers as long enough to meet up with you. Okay. Jax hurriedly hung up and scrambled out of bed and threw on some clothes. Wait, what? Jax? Jax hurriedly hung up and okay, yeah. I thought he said Jax was scrambling to get out of bed. I'm like, what? Jax hurriedly hung up and I scrambled out of bed to throw some clothes if I would if throw on some clothes if I wanted to make it by his break and I didn't have to rush out the door. Okay, so let's hurry up. Let's get there. The place was packed from wall to wall, and I could barely hear anyone over the music of the loud crowd. Seems like a sorority girls. Jax had mentioned interview a few friends throughout the night. Hey girls, fresh meat. Not a bad looking one. That woo tank top of take off your top. Oh shit. She actually is really good looking. That is not that bad. That's better than in place as the girls bounced in front of me, slushing her drink around. It was pretty clear from her expression that it wasn't her first. Come on, cut it, cut loose. Woo, we're here to party. You should come join us. I just know Monique would be into you. Oh, Jesus Christ. That is not how clubs work. No. No girl has ever came up to me and asked that. That's so weird. No. Hell no. I tried to bow out, shouting over the noise as she began to tug on my arm and yanked me in the direction okay, of their booth, and I desperately looked around for Jax, anyone else I recognized as he pulled me to a table scattered with shot glasses. Shots, woo! Oh, jeez. I was about to down one just to get them to let go. One of the other bartenders from last night tapped me on the shoulder. He gave me a wink and nudged me in the back and laid out a whole new array of beverages for the enthusiastic crowd. They seemed to forget about me for the moment and snagged each of their alcoholic fruit salads off the tray. I don't remember that guy. Sorry about that. They've just been getting a little rowdy. Follow me. Finally. The two of us made our way through the club and back to the main of the bar. He lifted a small separator, I don't know, and unhurried me into and passed it through and swinging through the kitchen door while it was a bit darker back here. It was also much quieter. There now I don't have to shout. You're timber, right? Jax has been complaining about having to work tomorrow the since the start of his shift. He told us you might be dropping by. Seems like he's pretty fond of you. He gave me a bit of an elbow nudge, and I stammered back to him. I didn't expect his coworkers to be so aware of his dating life. I was just trying to smile and not feel too awkward about someone knowing more about me than I did about them. Yeah, we hit it off pretty well. Good to see him dating again. Being trying to bury himself into work for so long. Heck, it's just his luck that one day he asks off this week, and when Mitch gets sick, he let me do to an empty prep table in the back of the kitchen. A Couple of abused bar stools served as chairs. He motioned to one and smiled. I'll let him know you're back here. So we're just waiting for Jax. Oh, there he is. I hate to be blunt, but I'm starving. Do you mind if we just jump in? Not at all. I nibbled at my food and Jax wolfed his down. I asked him about his day and how he was doing now, and the two of us exchanged pleasantries as we ate. I still couldn't put what the other bartenders had said out of my head, nor the awkwardness of him knowing my name without knowing his. Jax must have sensed it. He set down his food and smiled. Much better. Sorry if I don't get something to eat. I tend to collapse around at this point. I think that's how he said it. I'm not for sure. I know it's not much, but I gladly actually get to share a meal with someone instead of eating alone. It can get depressing. Doesn't matter if it was pickles, ice cream. I am here for the company first and food second. You sure know how to make a guy feel good about offering his date boxed mac and cheese. Sitting across the table, my mind wandered to the back of the bartender, what the bartender said. It seemed clear that Jax was at least interested in me, so why he was so quiet when we first met. I didn't want to trade pride, but I had to now. Jax, I need to ask you something. It's been bothering me for a while now. What's that? Yesterday, you were a different person at the start. Quite reserved, unsure. Here's though, you're a showman. Your coworker mentioned that you hadn't been dating for a while. I just be direct. Yeah, 'cause that's how I am. Really, I am. What happened is not that important. Well, it is important, but it's not a big deal. I want to make sure I'm not getting the wrong signals. I like you, Jax. It's a little painful still, hard to talk about even with my friends. I figured, but I like you, and I got to know when we first met. Then you were you were the you that I wish. My God, what? That the threw me off. The you that I wish. That the you that I was with after the movie. I don't want to watch him to vanish on me. You're only the second guy I've dated. Most of the time, I've been with women. It's always been casual, and we've been friends afterwards. But the first guy I was with, I met back in college. He shifted a little in his seat, his scales fading into a duller hue. It was clear that he was getting a little uncomfortable. He was a driven guy, very ambitious. Oh my God, I cannot fucking read. Ambitious. He got a straight A's in all his classes involved with nearly every activity on campus, and he wounded up tutoring me in math. We got to know each other, and then one night he leans over and kisses me full on the lips. He blushed as he looked down towards the table, shutting his eyes for a moment. He looked at a slow breath and continued. It wasn't really a haha, I'm gay moment, but I know. I'm gay moment. I know. I like both, but I was intoxicating. It was like being new to the whole thing again. We were tight throughout our last 2 years of school, but he'd always take me out to a fancy place and buy me stuff. It was fun in a sort of mystical way. We all like it when someone takes care of us. I know there are days I looked at my bills and wish I had sugar daddy. Dude, there is not one day that goes by I wish I had that. I've been working jobs and trying to pay tuition and other costs, mostly waiting jobs at restaurants, since tips could give me a little extra cash I needed for my day-to-day stuff. After a while, I found I really liked it. The showmanship is performing in the front of the audience. You do look like you love it. I've never seen anyone enthusiastic about making drinks and getting to know people. He beamed at me from across the table as his hand sliding across towards mine. He stopped short and looked back down at his plate, his smile vanishing. He didn't. He didn't. Though it said it was a waste of time. That I'd never make any money that way or get anywhere important. Man, I keep pausing. That's when the fight started. I broke it off and we went our separate ways. I went back to the girls and he, last I heard of, in New York somewhere with a law firm or an investment bank or something. I didn't get it. What does that have to do with dating guys? He shrugged a little lower and gazed to the table. He was my first, and I guess I was just assumed most guys were going to be like him. Working in a bar, I saw how most guys approached women and figured that was the norm. So I dove into what I loved. I got to flirt here and there, maybe have dinner with an attractive woman or guy, and not get judged for doing what I want with my life. I guess you're the first guy to come along since, so I'm kind of learning more that how he used to be isn't exactly how every guy is. Jax, I'm not going to judge you. It's part of the reason I asked you out. In the room full of people trying to be seen, you stood out of most to me. You're a sweetheart. You. I'm not I'm not your ex, and I don't think that's really a gender issue. I'm I'm certainly not someone who wants to get into your skimpy and very flattering briefs. I called you because I wanted to get to know you beyond your abilities to mix drinks and flirt. Believe me, I know for one thing he'd never visit me at work. For another, he'd never in, interrogate anything he didn't already want to do. We sat and chatted for a short while and about the past and all that good stuff, all that. Yep, yep. Let's just keep going. Oh, here comes Rue. Oh, Ro. Jax, the girls are out here about to start a bar brawl. If you don't come back out, they say you were the only one who knows how to silence a Mongo with the sexy. Yes, quotations, the sexy. Both of us snickered for a while, turning back to each other. Give me a second to clean up. Tell them I'm grabbing all their melons. Grabbing all the melons. They could want. Oh my god. What? What did I just say? I'm grabbing their melons. Yes, that's exactly what I said. The bartender nodded and smiled in relief before heading back out into the main room. The two of us looked at the time to clean up and chat a little bit more. Once we finished the dishes, Jax turned to me in a resigned smile. Well, it seems my public awaits. Sorry to cut the date short. The downside of being working stiff these days. It's, it's alright. It's not like it's the ample free time from employment is doing me much good. I'm glad we got some more time together. It's flattering, really, considering how demand you seem to be. Wouldn't have had it any other way. I am a total attention whore. That's funny. I couldn't help but chuckle. It was comforting to see a confident, sharp-dressed guy who served my first drink again. He looked best at his bluest. I expected the third date, maybe a third and half date, considering this wouldn't be nearly as much as fun as our first. I try to make it a little bit more interesting than the back of a kitchen at your work. Next time, I'll bring muffins and fireworks. Just know, setting the bar pretty high. He winked at me and took a step back as if to leave. I felt the pull, the attraction of a moment that lingered between us. Like there was more to say or do. Maybe it was just me wanting more time with him. Oh, jeez. Whew. Nah, we're doing it. We're doing it. Full blunt. Before he could walk away, I placed a hand gently on his shoulder. Once he turned, I leaned in close and pressed my lips firmly against his. Oh, jeez, I hope I'm making the right move here. He immediately melted into the kiss, his eyes fluttering shut as his body pressed his. Oh my god, what? Oh, I'm terrible at these. Pressed his body close to mine. One of two of us held for a moment, for as long as we could, tongues touching as our hands clenched each other reluctantly as I pulled away and stroked his cheek softly. You can expect better than that on our next date. I didn't think I could look forward to it more than I already did. He coughed lightly and adjusted himself, his skimpy breast as tight. He kissed me gently on the cheek and strode back out into the club. Good night, handsome. Standing there, pulse pounding, in the darkened kitchen, I felt more comfortable and confident than I had in a while. I ducked out the door to avoid the crowds. I made my way back to the car. Now I knew the feeling was mutual the third day. Yep. Okay, all that stuff, Kobe's gonna be wanting to know more. Alright, so this will do it for this episode of Amorous. I hope you guys like it. Please leave a like, subscribe, just just stay safe. I know COVID is a real asshole, but I just want you guys to stay safe. Don't do drugs. And always listen to your teacher. I don't know. Alright, bye guys.